Hello everyone, welcome to Opportunity Attacks. This is episode 3 of our D&D actual play of Keep on the Borderlands. If this is your first time tuning in, you may want to start in episode 1 for context. The link is in the description below. Please like and subscribe so you will know when our next episode will be uploaded. Alright everybody, we were last thing we were checking was the doing a search check on the internal part of the building. What you guys found was crates of trade goods, mostly things like cloth, worked metal, things that isn't necessarily worth a lot of money, salt, maybe some very, very good provision, food goods and whatnot. So what are we planning on doing now?
I'm assuming it's too much to carry.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One trek. I mean, it's not. If you, you could figure a way of doing it, but it would take you a good day or so to trek it back to the trail, and yeah.
So we really just need to leave this stuff here, maybe like conceal it if we can, and then make our way to the town and let them know where it's all at.
We could just send one person to go do it.
One person could die to goblins pretty easy.
I'm actually going to check around, guys, and see if there's any other trails leading away from here that the goblins left.
Actually, we could look for wagons, too, because, I mean, they're bound to have a wagon somewhere. They kept...
They don't seem like the type of people that would end up having horses.
Advantage?
No, I rolled a 1, but I've got the lucky trait. It allows me to reroll.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah,
no, that's
they're doing the happy dance.
Halflings are one of the most powerful races in this edition, in my opinion. They got the biggest bump.
All right, that gives me 18 to find tracks.
Okay, yeah.
Leading away.
And really,
other from the direction we came.
Yeah, and really, what you do is you do a couple concentric circles, kind of moving outwards, spiraling outwards, and you find game trails, but definitely no signs of goblins. It seems as though they stayed within this area, and then after a while of concentric circles, you run out of seeing any sort of goblin tracks whatsoever, excluding the one going this direction back to the trail. So.
All right. Well, I was concentrating on tracks. I'll do a search check to see if there's any wagons or anything else around, or debris of wagons.
Okay. Debris. There we are.
Investigation or perception?
I'll give an investigation because that doesn't get used a lot in my games.
13.
13. No, there's no sign of a wagon. And really, as far as getting a wagon here, it'd be easier. It'd be actually easier to
get everything to the trail before trying to get it back.
Exactly, here. Hiking it individually, especially with that many goblins, they could have pulled it off.
Yeah, they could have probably burned it, maybe.
You just want to take the day and take it all back?
I mean, as long as they say as a
one
group,
day can't. Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking we had traveled a day and a half or something to get here, so I was thinking trips.
Let's bust out the map, because we did make this in one... Now, where did we camp last? Did we actually camp on the trail before coming here, or did we camp at... Was it at Olka?
I don't remember. The original... What had happened was we were... we got just south of the river, and then we made a little invert a little ways and made a secondary bet. Right?
Yeah.
No, because we went down to that afterwards.
We camped on the other side of the river.
That's right. On the south side of the river.
South side of the river. Okay.
We camped just south of there. Then we went down to the goblin spot to see where the trail then led. After we had made camp back there, so we're actually pretty close to the river for our camp. But if we want to just get it to the goblins' forward camp, we can probably camouflage everything there fairly easily, without too much of a problem, and then whoever can get back here with a wagon, it's not that far off the trail.
Did they have boats to get across the river, or were we able to get through a bridge?
There was no bridge. It's basically something
we had to ford it.
You can ford it, and a good wagon with some good steeds on there could just right across that. So.
Okay.
As far as I remember, Dalmar was right as we were ending last session. We mentioned something about architecture that you wanted to check that out.
Oh, you said Dalmar.
Wrong.
Durhale.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought you were talking about our other game.
No,
I was like, what? Yeah, I wanted to see, check out the architecture.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a history check if you want.
9.
9. One thing I will definitely tell you for sure is that.
I did the same. Less.
Okay. So you can tell that this is definitely made by humans. 1, 2. There's sections here where there would be rafters, and those look like those have completely rotten away. You don't know how old by any means, but you know that it's old enough for the wood to rot away. This wood that's up here looks like it's actually made of boxes that would be inside of the actual building itself. So, and this right here is actually a stick creation made by the goblins. So, yeah, it looks as though this once was a humanoid creation.
Can I look a little closer at the stick configuration that the goblins made?
Yeah, it's basically a lean-to, and this part's covered. Back when I made this nice little structure in 1999, and I actually had it completely covered with moss on top, so it actually is semi-covered. And this is probably more or less what they would have traditionally slept in if they didn't find this nice little stone building. So yeah.
Want to dismantle that and kind of make some stretchery apparatus to carry the stuff?
Is there enough to do that with? I'm assuming.
There's definitely enough to do it with. You know, I mean, something like, you know, I forgot what the Native Americans called it. It starts with a T, and it's a French-sounding word, but it's basically 2 sticks that you can drag behind and use as a sled, basically, if you want to do something like that.
Can our ranger go, like, find a wild horse and tame it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll need it.
He's not that high level.
We'll need a bit of rope to get it all tied together, but I mean...
I have rope.
Yeah.
Not a 20-level druid.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, we can try to do that. Lash together a sled or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't say you'll get the whole thing out, but you'll definitely get one good, nice load. I'd say half of it. Easy half. And it's really not in much of an inconvenience. Yeah, definitely the more valuable stuff. And
dry wood floats, so... depending on how much crap we put on there.
Oh, it's hundreds of pounds.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
It would definitely be 200 pounds at least that you would get on this thing.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because you can make rafts out of old lumber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As long as you don't load it with tons of stuff.
Yeah, this is well over that. So yeah, you're able to load this little sled creation that you've made full of about, I would say, 250 to 300 pounds of stuff. Now there is, of course, rope and whatnot making up, you know, what this thing is made out of, the little lean-to deal. And of course, you do find rope within the trade goods, so you can use as much rope there as you want. Yeah, all right. So you make it back to the main road on the trail. Which direction are we going?
What time of day is it?
Wow.
Good question.
Yeah, good call. We're gonna call it.
Well, we just got in a fight and everything. Is everybody at full hit points? Should we
Oh, when we
Should we
level
have-
up, technically it goes up, but...
did a long rest here?
We did a short rest.
You did a short rest,
Okay.
so I think you guys were at full hit points, and of
Well-
course leveling up.
I was, but you went down. Oh,
Leveling up
Yeah.
kind of does, but it's kind of if he's going to make us sleep before we actually level, or if...
We'll worry about that if it's an issue. But you're at full hit points.
Okay.
You're at full hit points. So I'm gonna call it, and we're just gonna retcon it to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time you actually get back to the road itself,
Were we able to get everything, or we're just able to take just a few things?
I would say you get exactly half.
Okay.
And you took the most valuable goods and whatnot. So.
Okay. Now, if you guys would like, I can be pretty dang stealthy. I can get back to the town and get somebody with a wagon and bring them back to gather everything up if you guys want to get the rest of the goods.
It's fine with
Works
me.
for me.
But I'll leave that up to the party. I don't...
Do we want to go twos or just let him go by himself?
I'd say Paris fully better. Well, no, because the goblins weren't sighted north of the river, were they?
They
That's-
weren't.
I'd
But
say
we're not
probably...
at the river yet, are we?
No, we're at the goblin camp, so it's
Yeah.
a little bit further north.
How are you going to get past the river?
There's a rope that goes across it, remember?
Oh, I was just making sure. I concerned for your safety since it seemed like you had problems last time.
I was fine last time. The time before that, yeah, shut up.
Where I almost drowned him assisting.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. How far away from the river are we then? Like,
What we could do is we can have Toby go with you till past the river, help you get across if need be, and you can come back to us.
It's Toby.
that's me.
Oh. Forgot your name there.
Yeah, I'm
Mighty.
fine with that. I was gonna say
Mighty
if we're
Mike.
close to the river, then I'm not gonna too worried about it. But if we're like 7 miles out from the river or something, then I say traveling partner is best.
No, we're 1 square is a mile, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 miles about.
It's not too bad then.
And like I said, on my own, I can be pretty stealthy.
Yeah, I'm not at all. I'd be like, I'm the decoy. Everyone thing attack me. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't have a problem with that. Then if you want to go ahead and
Go
we'll
for
just
it.
gather some more of this stuff.
Well, yeah, not north of the river. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here is the.
Because of my area, I get advantage on all
Okay.
stealth skill
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah.
Because it's forest.
Rangers.
Uh,
And you're making one long stealth check, basically.
17,
Okay.
yeah, for the entire time I'm moving.
Good deal. Good deal. All right, so you make your way to the river.
Okay. Nice. I need an athletics to get across the bastard.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh no. So yeah, a total of 4.
Total of 4.
You, while even still holding, and we're going to give you advantage since you're holding onto a rope. Yeah, no,
I slipped.
yeah, that's you're actually you're floundering in the water. You're not even making it forward whatsoever, and you're actually your grip is starting to lessen on the rope. Give me a athletics check to see if you can hold on to the rope. That is not that's not an advantage.
And this is how we lose the ranger.
Actually, it was a 6, but still.
He leveled up, so he can sit on the perfectly fine. You actually regain your grip, you grab the other side, and you're changing tactics now. Now you're not swimming. You've given up on that. Now you're just gonna pull yourself across with your hands, and maybe you're gonna try to get your legs up on there too. So now give me another athletics check at advantage.
15.
Excellent. You are able to cross. You're completely soaking wet, huffing and puffing, and demoralized a little bit, and going, I gotta go
I
back
hate
across
rivers.
that. Yeah.
I'll be riding a damn
Yeah.
cart next time. Thank you very much.
So yeah,
Hopefully.
you're across the river.
As long as they have one at the frickin' village.
Yeah.
I hope so.
All right. So yeah, you're across, and you're making your way toward Olka. You eventually get to the clear cut, and then you get into Olka, which is the sign of Olka's there. Yeah. You. What time would it be? So it'd be as far as the miles to get there, because of course it was 3 o'clock to.
It was 2.
It was 2.
o'clock.
2. Yeah. So.
And then it was 2 miles, and then 10 miles.
Yep.
10 total. Okay, let's see that board.
That's not a good sound.
Yeah, 10 more miles to
Okay.
get there. That would take me a minute then.
Yeah, that would.
Take you
So your
into
trip
night.
was a total of 12? Or is it a total of 10?
So movement would be
12 total.
2 miles per hour.
Okay, 2 miles per hour. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it'd be 5 extra
Well,
hours.
he also moves twice the speed in forest, right?
No, I think I just ignore.
Ignore, yeah, and he's
Yeah,
definitely on
just
a
ignore.
trail, which is really, honestly, a good thing. But so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it'd be 5 extra hours. So we'll just say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the sun goes down. You're continuing to walk. You find the clear cut about 7, and you find Olka. It is dark out, and of course this is spring, so the sun goes down about 6 o'clock. So.
Okay.
And I'm assuming we're under the assumption we're not going to see him until tomorrow.
Now that we realize how far it was, yes.
All right. Now the village is kind of quiet right now, of course. What are we? You see a few people walking around, but not many. I mean, most people tend to go to sleep at night. So.
I'm going to find Olka, the proprietor.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So you actually go to Bernard's house, and he actually has his door. Nobody has locks on these doors, and for the most part, they very rarely shut them except for at night. So I'm guessing you're knocking or something.
yeah.
Okay. He
Knock
eventually
on them.
comes to the door and he says, Why, hello. I was expecting more that... I'm guessing everybody else is safe, he says with a concerning voice.
No, they didn't make it. I'm joking, I'm joking.
He was about to bluff check, or intuition.
No, I kid. We actually found all the missing goods, or at least most of the missing goods.
Oh.
However, we need help getting them back to you.
Oh, of course. No, that's not. That's no. So are they safe? Where are they?
There's a forward post that the goblins created that we first cleared out. That was near the area where everyone was always getting attacked. They're there with the goods right now, protecting them.
Well, are they? I don't know if it's safe to go now, but would they be okay to go tomorrow?
Shouldn't be a problem going tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you're gonna stay here, and hopefully they're safe. Now we're gonna cut over to the other guys.
Is this at 7 at night, or are we going back in time?
Well, we're gonna go back in time. We're just gonna give me your plan of action. What are you doing in this time period? But yeah, we're definitely rewinding and capping out what happens up until 7 o'clock.
We could move further along the road. I mean, we have until tomorrow to burn.
Well, let's get the supplies at least moved up to this point, like all of them, and then we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we can
go back and get the second.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is we can go back and get all of the rest of the supplies, bring them up to where
I'm down for
we're
that.
currently at.
We can kind of cover them in shrubbery as we're leaving them. Shrubbery.
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 We are the knights that say
Yeah, so that's what I suggest.
And then, just kind of make those trips to get everything back up to our little camp by the road and settle in for the evening telling ghost stories.
All right. So, we basically, and you're just planting them right outside of the trail, and then going back in, kind of covering them up, or maybe putting them in a few yards inside of the trail itself. Going back, grabbing the rest of them, and that does take a good amount of your day and a good amount of your energy. Are you moving them any further up to the river, or
no?
Well, how long does it take us to get all the supplies?
That's 2 miles.
Yeah, 2 miles in.
So we'd be out in the open.
Definitely disadvantage. You don't have your double the movement because you don't have your ranger with you anymore, helping you clear the way. So,
and plus,
I'd say we just stay here then.
Rule of thumb is you don't leave the place you told somebody you were going to stay.
Yeah, that's true. Sure. All right. You continue through the night and make a fire, and everything seems to be very, very nice as you go to bed. And I'm guessing we're taking watch since we're out in the middle of of the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So, you wake up the next morning, and it's a little bit colder this morning. There's frost on certain things and whatnot, or on the branches. It slowly melts, however, as it begins to warm. But and it is currently the 6th of Myrtle, 1491 DR, the year of the Scarlet Witch.
Are you marking the day that we're
Faerun.
on, or the day that we just passed?
Passed, I'm guessing.
So we're on the 7th.
We're on the 7th, I'd guess. All right, 7th day. I mean, there we go. Now we're gonna cut over to Tipperton. Tipperton is so basically you plus Bernard. Bernard doesn't help you as much, other than he holds sway in the town itself, and he is able to gather around people to go with you. You're of course leading the way back down to the trail. You get to the trail, and you're so happy that you're able to cross in the safety of a wagon. You cross with absolute no problem whatsoever. You can tell that that's really how you're supposed to travel, apparently. You don't go on foot here. There's no reason to do that. Cross with absolute zero problem, and you continue on down until you see your friend's camp. Now we're going to cut over, I'm guessing, how many so you'd start your day at about 6. Now how many miles would it take to get there?
12.
12, so that would be half a day, essentially, is what that would be. So I'm guessing you're just continue waiting. You're not Okay. Yeah, you continue wait. It takes 12 miles, so that'd be a half day. So that'd be essentially at 12 o'clock is when you would see Tipperton, along with other Olka residents, about 3 other burly-looking, splinter-laden timber people coming upon you. And you see Tipperton.
Welcome back. See that you made it.
You're starting
Yes,
to
I
work.
did.
Out there on your lonesome, anything happen?
Nothing of note.
Right, very well. Does he have the wagons with him, or are they out? Okay.
I'm riding on one now.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess we ought to get this loaded up and out of here. I
He's
don't like
not-
spend enough time out here.
His clothes are not wet, so yeah. They actually take over from here. I mean, they actually thank you. They load their wagon up. I mean, if you help, you help. But that's what they're here to do.
He just, Durhill just picks a spot on the wagon and just continues to read his book.
Okay. He one of the people that was sent after it's all loaded, like takes a look around at all the goods and he says, "Yep, this is definitely the stolen goods that we've been requesting from the provisioner here." And this guy is the guy who originally came and met you at the front of Olka. So he's his name is Vozal. Once again, he's a young man, calloused hands, and he gave you that strange handshake that you guys did at the very beginning. And he says, "Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go to the keep by myself. You guys go ahead and bring this to Olka, and we will we'll convene in a few days, hopefully." I'm guessing you're going to Olka? Where are you guys planning on going after this?
You're taking the goods to the keep?
No.
No, he's taking... so
He's just going to the keep.
he's
by himself.
going to by the keep by himself, so...
Yeah.
You gonna be okay traveling by yourself?
If there's goblins, I've ran into them one time. You just run away is what you do. Except for you guys, apparently. So, and I'll leave that up to you. Is there...
Yeah, I believe we'll escort the goods back to Olka.
Yeah.
As Vozal leaves, he's kind of mentioned, he's like, that would be unfortunate if they were to come, upon more goblin threats. So it's harder to run when you have a wagon. He turns and leaves and going south. So you eventually get to the river cross with 0 problems. Get to the other side, and so it was 12 o'clock getting there. So that would be you'd be about 6 o'clock getting back to the same location. So you arrive back in Olka at about 6 o'clock. It is evening now, and that was mostly just travel time, all that. So you arrive at the, and Bernard's waiting for you. Basically, he knows that you should be about what time you should be getting here, and he's actually standing and walking around, and he's coming to meet you and everything, and he says, "Oh, I see you've recovered most of the stuff."
Yep.
Yes.
We found the whole stores of it.
Excellent.
Had a good little fight in the process.
Excellent. Yeah, let's we've scrounged up the little bit of alcohol that we have. Did the barrel of wine make it?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh.
It didn't.
It was what they were drinking.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I was like, it didn't.
He says, "Oh, well, I spent a nice penny on that." Well, it's all right. It's all right. We still have the goods, and the main thing is that this is a good amount of calories that will keep us through.
Did you have an insurance claim on it?
He says, "No, actually, the gnome offered it, but I never take it. It never works to your advantage."
Well, this is a situation like this, right?
Well, they did get his
Well,
stuff
yeah, but
back.
you don't have to rub it in. You guys unpack the deal. He has food actually waiting for you. This time you're actually eating meat this time. Sit down, and he did scrounge up a little bit of alcohol, and you guys have a nice few drinks before you go to sleep. I'm guessing we're going to sleep, unless before he goes to sleep, he says, "Well, what are you planning on doing after this? I thank you for helping me out," and he slides the gold across the table toward you. So his paltry little tiny chunk of gold. Can't remember what I said last time, but we'll say 8 gold.
You said 15.
15.
but,
No, we'll go 15. No, 15's fine.
I say we let him keep it.
I'd say take 1 apiece each and then give the
Yeah.
rest back to not negate his.
Insult.
Yeah.
He says,
We all take one piece and shove the rest back.
he goes, well, next time I will make sure we actually do have wine next time you, and this will come out of this fund. How about that?
And maybe the insurance policy.
No, we're not falling for that again.
Yeah, but we found
Say, not
plenty
with you guys in the territory, we're not taking, the insurance policy is actually a ripoff.
Well, as far as our future endeavors, I'm not too for sure, but there was a letter that we found that was pretty concerning.
Letter?
A goblin letter.
Goblins, right?
Yes. They are semi-intelligent.
Well, yeah, it's got goblin marks. Doesn't read too coherently, but it says that, shit, what does it say?
I say it word for word.
You say it. Oh, yeah? Well, then do it.
Word for word for word.
Well, I need to have it.
Yeah.
I personally can't
I
do
know.
it. My character can.
Yeah.
It says, don't let the tree men trade with the stone tower. Kill all on road. We send more. When we get them back from the bugs, eat all their food and bring the weapons back. So yeah.
So Durhill says that to
He goes,
Bernard.
bugs. That doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Is that as in
out of
bugbear?
out of character, would Durhill know about bugbears?
I would say you definitely have a knowledge of it, so go ahead, or you have the ability to have heard it. So go ahead and give me a, what would it be, a history check?
It's up to you. I can do nature, history, arcana. I have all the knowledge.
I was gonna say though,
Are all-
goblins, orcs, and bugbears are they're like the three most common things you run into
Yeah,
on the
that's
road. So
true.
I think maybe bugbears are probably the rarest to run into.
Yeah,
but
very much, yeah.
I'd imagine most people have heard of them.
Okay.
I got a 9 on my own history for that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me just a history check, I guess, because all your stats are probably the same when it comes to those.
There you go.
22.
You are definitely aware of bugbears being the largest, and 9 definitely got it. So I made the DC 5 to know whether you know a bugbear or not. So you definitely know of them. You've never seen one. You don't really know, and you've never really gotten a description other than they're big orcs. That's what you've heard. You have a lot more information as far as that. What was your total?
22.
22. So definitely the largest of all orcs or goblinoid species, other than orogs. But you have a general description of them, basically. So you would know one if you saw one, essentially. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're referring to bugbears.
Can I do, given that I speak goblin, like, can I do like a check to see if I know that as any kind of slang term that they would say? Like why they would say in the bugs? Like just with my intelligence of the language, my knowledge of the language.
I will. Yeah, go ahead and give me one.
What am I adding?
We'll just go base intelligence, unless you have the linguistic skill.
Linguistic skills.
That's not a skill.
That's a feat.
So, yeah.
That is a 9. Just an intelligence check.
No, they don't really necessarily would use bugs as
Okay.
one. So yeah, what?
So we think they're talking about bugbears.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, Bernard says, well, what is your plan from here? I'm guessing you guys are going back home. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you want.
Actually, I heard of south of the tower having issue with a lot of the lizardmen that we ran into.
Oh, you wouldn't believe. Well, there's troubles everywhere in this region. If you inquire around, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find some coin in your purse. However, if you need a place to stay, you're more than welcome here. And of course, if you check back around the beginning of the month, we can look into that axe problem. However, with the trade lines open, it's not an issue because we can always get new
Axe problem.
Well,
the disappearing woodworking equipment.
I thought that we found that in the goblin
yeah,
shop.
didn't we find some of those?
Yeah,
We found some tools, but don't know if that was the tools that they were looking for or the ones that were being transported to them.
That was the ones that they've been requesting consistently because they
okay.
kept losing tools for some reason. Basically,
So,
at the beginning and
okay.
end of each month.
These are the tools you were looking for.
Yeah. No, these are brand new. They're absolutely pristine condition, is what they are. Whereas those are consistent use tools. So, so yeah.
Honestly, though, if
So I was a
they're
little
mentioning
confused
bugbears, we didn't fight any bugbears.
Yeah, we
so
didn't see
there's
any.
still gonna
How
be
does the
something
letter put
around
it?
here.
We'll send more with when the bugbears get there.
'Cause
or
all it-
something?
When the bugs are done.
All we're doing is cutting out the fingers, and they're gonna regrow, kind of thing. We need to
The
take the
only
head
way
off.
to get rid of a weed is to pull it from its root.
Yeah.
You got to see the weed
Yeah,
to be
what,
able to
what
pull
the,
it out.
the fancy
though.
word kid said.
You got to be able to see the entirety of the weed to be able to pull it out. And I didn't find any trails leading away from the staging point that they had the first time.
Did the note mention anything?
Don't let the tree, or actually, there's not a lot of those. I'm adding those in. Don't let treemen trade with stone tower. Kill all on road. We send more when we get them back from the bugs.
Get them back from the bugs.
That means they'll have reinforcements
them?
once
Yeah.
the bugbears send
What's
them
the
back.
them? The goods
No.
or the weapons?
No, probably more
Reinforcements.
goblins.
Eat all food and bring weapons back.
We send more when we get them.
Well, if you guys want to spend a couple of days checking out the trail leading up here to Olka, we can see if I can find anything else leading away, but there was nothing around where we checked earlier, so.
Well, at the very least, we could maybe, if we're not going to look actively for it, at least stay in the area then. So maybe, head back down to the tower area and see if they need assistance with whatever problems they're having.
Are there any goods going back to the keep from here?
Well, we've been wanting, and he points over to a pile of timber that they just haven't been able to send back. They've been just accumulating timber for a long, or actual, fully processed boards ready to go back, and they just haven't wanted to risk it. So, which really, now that you look at it and you look at that thing, it's made from the timber that they've stolen on the way back. So.
Oh, that thing is made from there.
We
It
could-
was made from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we've cleared the trail, we could take the wood down to the Stone Tower town, because their stuff is falling apart. So we could take a caravan down, or not a caravan, but a load down there too.
We're going to be sending one out as quick as possible.
And maybe somebody down there knows about this bug.
Well, would you like some guards?
Boom, boom, boom.
Bernard, would he like some guards?
Yeah, would you guys like some
well,
guards
I'm not going,
for that?
but yeah, no, you should. Yeah, definitely. We'll make sure you go along. If you're going to go that direction, we'll send them out right as when you leave. That would be great. So
And
yeah,
that way,
yeah,
while
we
we're
could-
working our way south, you can search around, see if you can find any outgoing trails.
Yeah,
Well, if you want to get a couple of the wagons loaded up, and we'll leave in the morning.
yeah, sounds
Excellent.
good.
all right. All right. So you guys stay the night. You wake up the next morning, and they're already ready to go. Essentially, when you get ready, they have already loaded their wagon up full of logs, and now they're gonna head down south. Is there anything you need to do in Olka before you leave?
Thank Bernard for his hospitality.
He says, "Yeah, don't leave the area. Come back here before you leave. Of course, don't just go back down south." Yeah, you guys take the. Now we're going caravan speed, so this is 20 miles per day. So this is significantly slower. So how far does 20 miles get you? I don't know if that actually gets you all the way to the keep or not.
Should. But travel pace, if you are just
That's for his movement speed of 30. You actually need to go to the. I think there's a
I
speed
think that
chart
only,
for the
I think
vehicles.
that it might only encompass like a certain amount of people.
all right, but it's
See, movement with mounts and attributes.
Well, I'm taking into fact of actually crossing the river would slow you down, and basically having this gargantuan load makes it so you have to stop every so often, check to make sure everything's lashed down correctly. And
These are backlogs of timber, so it's probably heavier than a normal one.
it's a very, very.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna move
Yeah.
slower. Yeah.
So yeah, it's only really 5 miles.
Well, what it is, if you are traveling on foot, that's what the travel pace chart is for. It's 3 miles at a normal pace, 2 miles at a slow pace, and then if you're really pushing it, it's 4 miles at a fast pace per hour.
Yeah, they just expect you to do the math because they do a standard of 30. So then if you're moving at 60, then you have the distance, or double the distance that you can travel. They expect you to do the math yourself. So anyway, but we're moving slower, so don't matter.
All right,
so 20 miles for the entirety of the day.
Yeah, 20 miles. Where does that get you?
You're looking at 10 to the river, so 10 puts us 2 miles out, or 20 total puts us 2 miles out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and you feel very confident. You're actually, if the sun were completely up, and it's going down, so you can still see the keep. So you're just gonna gun it and walk a few miles in the dark. I mean, you're on a road, so there's no way to get lost. You eventually get to the keep. The guards, which there's only one right now, looks up at you and he says, "You're from Olga, right?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I haven't seen a load of timber for a while. Let's open up these gates. He kind of looks around and he goes, "Does one of you mind helping me open this gate? It's only me here."
I grunt and get this really annoyed look on my face, but I hop off the wagon.
I'm gonna do.
There's only one guy.
Yeah,
it's a big door.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, but I'm gonna look very annoyed and upset that I have to do this.
Okay, that's fine.
And the little halfling helps the big human push open the damn door.
Yeah.
My arm's probably bigger than his torso.
Wow.
And let's go ahead and get this map ready.
That's
Probably
anime style right there.
He's probably like 220 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, he could be a skinny guy.
Skinny
All right, we are on the keep here. The map of the keep. Is this?
What's his soul?
All right. So you enter in the gate, and now you are in the center. The person who is actually driving the caravan itself knocks on the provisioner's door, and no one seems to pick up there. There's nobody in the square currently. What are we doing?
Nobody's
Does it-
drinking or anything.
No, it'd be 6, 7, 8. It'd be a 9-ish is when it would probably be.
At
So,
night?
yeah, this is people
Oh,
go
well, shit, yeah, they're not gonna
to,
be...
yeah, there people go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't stay up
Yeah,
past.
so
I
we're just
thought we
gonna-
were up late last time.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it
we're
was
just
nighttime.
spend the night and get to it in the morning.
Okay. Now, where are we sleeping now?
Well, the little...
I'll go
Shanties
try
are
the inn again, see
Okay.
if she's up to give us a room.
So you knock on the door.
Throw a torch in the
Let's
window.
see, a 1 and a 2. She is sleeping. No, she wakes up. She comes to the door and she says, "I'm guessing you're needing to stay the night again."
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 wagoneers come in and they stay the night also. He says, "You wouldn't believe it, but we had somebody else from Okla come through here the other day." So
It's good to hear that Volza came through.
yeah, he made his way. So you guys stay your night in your inn or your
Do you
deal.
know where he went from here? Because we would have seen him on the road if he. went
Well,
back
he's
to
still here. He's actually down
Oh.
down the way there. You can probably knock on his door. He probably isn't. I mean, sleeping too deeply right now.
His door. He has a house.
Oh
there?
yeah, no, he's in the inn.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
let him
okay.
sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's-
Just kind of leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I
leave
mean-
him alone until morning.
You guys
Bedtime.
sleep, wake up the next morning, and you wake up at about 6 o'clock. What are we planning on doing now?
I'm gonna
What
go
was
to
the
the
price
shop.
Well, we're
for
gonna go
sleeping?
through the whole...
What was the what?
Price for sleeping.
Oh, let's say 2 silver, and that's without Venco's discount. That's you were getting a Venco
I was gonna say, we had
discount.
8 copper last
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was crazy good.
Didn't I persuade her for less? Is that why it was?
Probably.
No.
It could
I
be.
was about
You're
to.
about to. Yeah.
I was
Pretty
about.
bad.
To, I was about to.
All right. So you wake up the next morning. The young halfling lass is sweeping the floor in the main lobby there, and where are we?
I'm
Where are we
gonna
going?
make my way to the provisioner since I had a history with him before.
Okay. You guys go to the provisioner,
Einstein.
and you can tell when you actually walk outside, the log cart's directly in the center, and they're unloading the log cart. Process boards, I should say, to the provisioner, and also the backs of all the houses that are actually ordered wood. And the halfling who he does notice you, and of course, once again, his name is Bellanon, and he goes, hey, it's good to see you guys. You made it back from Olka, apparently.
Yep.
Brought some timber with you? The guys here were talking about something about goblins, that you're killing goblins or something?
Yeah, we had quite the adventure. We found a little encampment where they've been hitting all the carts and storing their goods, and we got it back to Olka, so Olka's looking pretty good, and we got this timber here for you.
Well, that's one of the paths cleared. You know, who knows how for how long. It's better. It's this. You know, goblins are way worse than bandits. We used to have bandit problems. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Goblins just, you can't reason with them.
A bandit's motivations can be a little more clear than a goblin's.
Exactly.
Which, speaking of, we found this interesting letter, and I tell him the letter.
He says he's holding it. Do you give it to him?
I
you
show
tell
it
it
to
to
him,
him,
and I tell it.
Okay, you can tell he obviously doesn't know goblin, and he goes, insects.
Insects? Well, I mean, do you know what a bugbear is?
I've heard of
giant
them.
Goblin, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would make sense. I mean,
you heard any rumors about any larger than normal?
Oh, most definitely.
Goblin?
There's. I mean, we're not just having problems with goblins. We've seen orcs. We've seen hobgoblins. We've seen.
Where have you seen orcs?
Well, mostly on the, and he points this direction is where he points. So this direction is Olka. That direction is where you came into the. So he points that direction.
So this is east.
Yeah, he points down to the east, and he says, "Yeah, that direction. If you walk along the Lurkwood long enough, you'll encounter them." He says, "But anyway, I'm gonna give you I've heard about you recovering the trade routes there, and actually recovering some of my goods, which I'm glad actually made it to their destination. It makes me look really bad, and it also makes it look as though I did not offer the insurance policy. I did offer the insurance policy, and I encourage them to take it. But anyway, for your good deeds, I will take. If any of you wish to buy, each one of you has $5 or five gold pieces of credit in my humble establishment. Of course, you're more than welcome to peruse at your leisure. I will be unloading logs, however. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Do you have anything that needs to go up there?
Go up where?
Tolka.
What was the guy that we came here with?
Eventually.
What was the name of the guy that we came here with originally?
Well, so there's the Vozal guy. That guy is the other NPC from Olka.
Vinco is the guy, the caravan.
Yeah, Vinco.
The caravan guy when we
And
very
you can
first
see
started.
him. He's got.
He's still here?
Yeah, he's still parked. Yeah, or his cart is. You don't know where he is. But
Yeah.
I remember Bernard had asked us to stay in the region at the very least.
Well,
Yeah,
he
that's
told
true.
us not to.
No, I was
told
gonna
us not
check
to
in with him
leave
and see if
without
he.
at least checking in with him.
he said at
Because
least
they were having
say
a goods.
goodbye.
They were having a goods issue when we were here, and so. Seeing how.
Should just be caravan cars for the next month.
Anything interesting happen around here while we've been gone?
Well, not too much. As far as this little outpost, well, I mean, it depends on how far you're going back. Within the last few days, definitely not. A few months ago, we saw something strange, but that's
What was that?
Well, there was this wizard that came by. It was a good 3 months ago. That's probably the strangest thing that's happened recently. Bald fellow, shaven head, tattoos everywhere. Like a savage man. But he was very nice. He said you'd never believe this. He said he was from Thay. You'd never believe it. And everybody knows where Thay is. Give me a history check or a knowledge check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, I'll tell you everything
21.
you need to know about Thay.
25.
21, 25?
It'd be 25 with the natural 20.
15.
Okay.
What kind of check was this?
We're just going to go general history.
3.
Okay. Here's what...
You think it's a myth?
What? That's a country?
You haven't quite heard of the wizards of you know of Thay as a country, but the red wizards of Thay don't quite pique your interest or ring a bell. So what I'll do is I'll just keep going up the ladder. So we're going to go to Tipperton's check, and then we're going to go to the 20 with Keyleth, and then we're going to go all the way up to the 25. So the Red Wizards of Thay, everybody kind of knows of them as being... There's an expression in Faerun called when you call something of Thay. That's just saying something's evil. I mean, so the thing about the Red Wizards is a little bit of an anomaly, is they're not always evil. You actually can encounter them if you go to large cities. They're traditionally, when you see them outside of Thay, though, they're very cloistered, they stay to themselves, and they're very polite, and they tend to just deal... they're big economic spenders. They sell and trade. That's all they do. They abide their laws. And but genuinely, you would view Thay and the government of Thay as an evil place. Now to go on to the 20, above 20, the 20 to 25. So basically, they're very, very much not nice people. They do what they, they, especially the lands around Thay, they attack them. But they're very unified, and they're ruled by wizards. That is something that the above 20 people would know, and those are called the Red Wizards of Thay. You specifically know that they deal in magic items. That is their stock and trade. So yeah, that's...
How far is Thay from where we are?
Very, 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 very far. It would take you months and months to get there. A good chunk of a year it would take to get to Thay, on foot at least. Now above that, what else can I add to that? Now I can just go into the structure of Thay. How, because you got above 20, 25 is the highest really you'd ever encounter on a knowledge roll. So the government structured by the Red Wizards, and the Red Wizards, there's a hierarchy and a caste system where there's the highest of the high, which is called a Zolkir. A Zolkir is the there's one for each school of magic, and those are the leaders, the absolute leaders of Thay. And they control a chunk of each country, is every Zolkir. And then there's, I can't even go through all the different ones that go below that. And then there's slaves. Now they deal in slaves. They don't, of course, they're not going to deal in slaves outside of their country. They're actually very, very polite when they leave their country. And they tend to keep themselves. But yeah, that's kind of a general overview. Is the Red Wizards are above everybody else. There's actually three main castes. The Red Wizards, below that would be the common folk, and then slaves. So that's what I'll give you on a 25.
Would I know if certain tattoos would be of certain authority as the Red Wizards?
Definitely having tattoos means that you are... Yeah, definitely. You wouldn't know exactly which tattoos mean what, because they actually... tell rank, and that you would know, but you wouldn't know how to... You would have to almost be a Red Wizard to figure it out. And of course they have, certain words you're supposed to call certain people. It's a very hierarchical type system. So yeah. Yeah, that at least piques everybody's interest except for old Toby. Toby didn't really get that one. But it's magic, so I understand.
Well, excuse me there for a moment. Did you say you met a nice wizard from Thay?
Well, yeah, he kept to himself. He actually paid double rent, double food. He paid for everything.
Have you ever met somebody from Thay before, or heard about Thay?
Well, I'm from down south, so we've encountered their caravans. They tend to be fairly nice. I know they're not nice people, but they seem to be nice. Now, I know they tend to deal in slaves, and I can almost guarantee they had some. But they paid me a pretty good amount, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. And
this was just one man from Thay.
This was a caravan of probably of 25 people. There was a total of 3 very large, powerful-looking wizards, shaved head individuals. One seemed to be more powerful than the others, but they spoke very nice. They had a very thick Thayan accent, but other than that, they didn't even step foot in the walls.
Did you ever hear a name?
Let's give him a... He's, I have the name here, so... I don't... No, actually, I don't recall the name. It was something really hard to pronounce, though.
And so he didn't even come in the city.
Oh, no. He said he made camp outside the city, and he had his ambassadors come in and talk to people. He actually sent a gift to the keep. So, and of course, he kind of looks around. He doesn't say it. He kind of whispers. He says, I don't think the keep would stand a chance against these people.
I don't think your front gate would do much either.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't know much about magic, but I know that they can cast fireballs and lightning bolts and all sorts of crazy stuff. Tornadoes, stuff like that.
We never did check out the keep, did we, last time we were here?
No, we did not.
It's
The gate was also closed, so up to the keep.
He begins to start loading boards.
kind of having trouble with my character. Because I have no real background with Fae or anything like that, so I wouldn't really...
No, it's just
I
more...
really wouldn't care much about
It's
this.
a
other
very
than it's
odd
just-
thing.
Yeah.
That's about it. So.
You may have
Before-
seen a few. That's all you would have seen, and that's really about it. They're very far. They're on the edge of the world, essentially.
Before the professor leaves, like, do you have any books by chance in your store?
He goes, no, not at all. I think that's the first request. If I find any, I'll pick some up. How much does a book cost? Never bought a book before.
I don't think Durhill has either.
You would probably have a little bit more information than anybody here, at least. So, just give me a base intelligence check, and it's 10.
I got it. It would be 10.
Okay. How much is a book? A book's 25 gold, right? In the book.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and give that to you. 25 gold, and we're gonna be off one going down. So it's about 24 gold.
About 24 gold pieces.
Oh well, that's ridiculous. It's just paper. It's just parchment.
It takes a long time to make a book.
What? Well, if I run across any, and I run across any for a good deal, I'll pick some up for you.
Okay.
On what though? What are?
All machinations.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Well, if I come across one, it is pretty rare, but definitely. There's this guy in Kvothe, I think. He's trying to start a library of some sort. His name is Livy or something like that. I don't know. I met him one day. Good-looking guy. But if you
You're
excuse
not
me.
speaking of Livius, are you?
Oh yeah, probably. I don't know.
In Olka?
Oh no, he's actually from another town. But you heard about him in Olka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Olka.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
from another town called Kvothe, apparently.
I need to change that in my notes.
So yeah,
Where would Kvothe be located?
Yeah, that's what.
he gives you a general description, and I will give you a piece of map. I'm gonna fold it though, and don't look at the. Well, you can. It doesn't matter. He gives you a general way to get there is what he does. He spends a good 5 minutes describing exactly how many miles it would take, and generally speaking, how to get to the town of Kvothe. It's on the river. So yeah. He says, "Watch out going past that. That's where the Lurkwood is. That's where you'll find your orcs and goblins there." And hobgoblins. Hobgoblins really seem to be my problem. I don't know. Sending stuff to Aquatani is a real issue for me. So, but
Where's Aquatani?
you okay? I guess you haven't been to Kvothe, so you haven't been to Aquatani. Unfold the map. Yeah, there you go.
Unlocked new zone.
So yeah,
Achievement in progress.
So yeah, it's up on the top of this mesa thing. As you're standing there, you can tell the gate right here opens, and 3 men. This is a large number of people come out, and you can tell they're heading directly toward you. Thank you for watching Keep on the Borderlands. Once again, please like and subscribe to Opportunity Attacks so you never miss an episode.